From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Tiger Cats Game Day with Courtney Stephen and Simoni Lawrence.
Welcome to Tiger Cats Game Day on the Ticats Audio Network. It is Saturday, July 20th, and this is the game of the summer. It is the Argos coming down the QEW for a 7 o'clock showdown against the Steeltown Boys, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, fresh off the bye, looking to get the first win of the season. And Simoni, I know Daly was here keeping my seat warm, but I heard y'all did numbers with the sunglasses on, so I'm here with my shades, man. Simoni, you got the fresh threads on. How are you feeling on this Saturday, week 7, against those guys? How do you feel right now?
Okay, look, I'm going to start slow because I don't want to get too mad. One of the producers said, I need to calm down a little bit. Listen, y'all see what I'm rapping? We playing. Y'all see what I got on right now? I'm repping all Ticat games. I'm repping the Hamilton, baby. That's what I want to see. It's going how I feel about this game, Courtney. To answer your question, I feel like we got to get a W, bro. I feel like we are going to get a W, bro. I feel like the Hamilton Tiger Cats is going to come out here and handle business, man. They got to. But the way I'm feeling about it, it was raining on day 2 this week, like pouring, tarantula. I seen a little mini hurricane in Hamilton. Hurricanes. And then I was like, oh, there's no way they're going to practice in this. This is a tarantula. They were canceling summer camps and everything. Here comes Tim White on the football field. It's raining. I'm like, Tim, what you doing? You all right, bro? Because he just jumped through one of the hurricanes. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just practicing catching in the rain just in case. I'm like, it's clear skies in Tim Hortons football field. It's clear skies. Best crowd in the world. But then I'm like, Tim, what you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm just practicing the elements. And then after Tim came out, I seen about the whole team come out. Going crazy. On day 2 in the hurricane, Courtney, how I feel about this game? I feel like the Ticats winning this game, bro. Ticats.
They need it. This is one where it's the 6th game of the season, which means it's the conclusion of the first third. It is also another division battle against the second place in the East team right now, the Argos. They are 3 wins, 2 losses. They're trying to distance themselves and put themselves in a position to head into Labor Day when the real season starts, as people say, in a position of control. Now, the Argos, I don't know how much time the Ticats really have to focus on what everybody else is doing because they've been trying to clean up what they're doing and focus on themselves. But the Argos are a good team right now with some weapons, and they really got to focus in. So let's talk about who a few of those folks are, who we're going to be seeing because, Kadeem Carey, I think that's where it all starts.
Can we start there for a second?
He's in the backfield. He's averaging 72 yards per game on the ground. And for those who are unfamiliar with the CFL, this is a passing first league. So if you're averaging 72 over the course of 18 games, that's going to put you at pace to get 1,300 yards, which would threaten the Argos franchise record of 1,400 and change. So Kadeem Carey is having quite the season right now.
He's having quite the season. And a guy like Kadeem Carey, he's one of those backs where you give him the ball about 11 to 12 times, you know what I'm saying? He's one of those backs where you got to pace his reps, to keep him healthy. You feel what I'm saying? And this offensive line is his dream, you know what I'm saying? Kadeem Carey's one of those players, he makes horrible offensive linemen look like they're okay offensive linemen, you know what I'm saying? So now that he's here playing with these guys, he's taking all the pressure off of Dukes, you know what I'm saying? He's making Dukes feel comfortable on 2nd and short, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the average per yard per carry for Kadeem Carey, he's doing numbers, you know what I'm saying? He's in that shotgun, breaking runs, doing his thing. And this offensive line, I would say this offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the league. I hate to talk good about these guys, but we're just talking real football, you know what I'm saying? And it starts up front, Courtney. It starts up front.
It starts up front in the run game and in the pass game. Now, Dukes isn't really stretching the field downfield. He's not throwing the deep balls the same way how some of these other quarterbacks are. But when you have the run game like that, it really forces the defense to think about those Russian lanes and all their gap assignments, which allows guys like DeMonte Coxey, DeVaris Daniels, even a once Cat Richie Sindani over there getting his PT. So there's the receivers who are just trying to catch the ball, get first down. So this is a little bit different than the BC offense that the Ticats most recently played. But this offense moves the ball in a different way, but they do it effectively.
They do it extremely effectively. And the way that you beat an offense like this is because you look at the across the board. They got Coxey, they got Polk, they got Daniels, and they got Sindani that used to play here playing wide receiver. For this team, Courtney, I'm saying we are playing blame football all game. If you get tired, if you get beat, you suck it up and you come back in the huddle and it's next play. Because you can't tell me that we can't play man to man. I want to play a little bit of black. I'm sending +1. Just give me a free and tell me somebody's in the middle of the field and we should be okay. You know what I'm saying? Make this quarterback be a quarterback.
Yeah, you're going to put a little bit of pressure and just turn it into backyard football.
Backyard football, but that's what Dukes likes, and we got to make sure it doesn't turn into backyard football for Dukes because he's extremely efficient outside of the pocket. We need our defensive ends to be like, yo, defense ends, I want you to fall into sacks this week. Fall into sacks. Don't try to go get sacks. I want you to fall into sacks. Hey, D tackles, I need you to bull rush, collapse the pocket, and let that guy and let the D ends fall into sacks. Let me explain to you what I mean when I say I want you to fall into sacks. The tendency with defensive linemen is they want sacks. You know, that's how they get paid. You know what I mean?
They're
so
hungry.
Sometimes you got to tell the D lineman, like, don't let him on the outside. Don't let him outside the pocket. Keep the pocket in. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him in the pocket. Because that's going to matter drastically. So when Barlow's one hand stab to the chin, and then just stand there. Don't rush. Don't over rush the pocket, and just let him come to you. Just let him come to you. Collapse the pocket. Let him come to you. That's my advice. And play some man-to-man defense, and we're winning this game.
Yeah, basically let the defensive ends make sure the pocket is nice and snug and not a big open backyard for a quarterback to run through. And then when they do try to escape through those B gaps, you counter off of your guy, and that's how you literally fall into the sacks.
Fall into sacks. Trust me. For this team, play man-to-man. And look, DBs, I love y'all. I love y'all with all my heart. I'm about to pull up all y'all right now to talk to y'all for a second. Is that okay, Court? Hey, Peters.
Please pull them up.
We got Jamal Peters, Talbert back at the boundary half. I had a good talk with Talbert, so I'll get back to the boundary half. Game time decision, Goose. That's big. If Goose does not play, Panda Baker will be up starting safety, Western boy. But Goose is not going to duck smoke with Toronto. I'll tell you why later. George. Oh, we got George back at the half, at the field half. And then we got, thank you. And then we got Richard at the field corner. They're DBs. I want you to play backyard man-to-man football. Do not worry about getting beat. If you get beat, next play. I'll tell you this, Dukes will not be perfect this whole game. You know what I mean? He's going to get a couple throws, and it is embarrassing, yo. Getting caught on, and everybody sees it in the stadium. It is, and then you go over the sideline. We got to get out of this, man. We got to get out. I don't want to hear none of that. You feel me, Court? You play DB.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's like the only reason why you celebrate great man-to-man coverage is because it is hard as heck to stay with a professional athlete while they run around all over the field. Some people are smaller and faster than you. Some people are bigger and they have a wider catch, longer arms. They can jump higher than you. They don't care. They line them up and you got to cover them. And then they substitute them. And the DBs don't substitute like the receivers. So on first down, Richard Leonard gets some guy runs a fly route all the way down the field 60 yards. Then you get lined up in the huddle. Oh, they subbed him out, brought in fresh legs, and then they're going to run a post on the next play. That it's hard, and that's why DBs celebrate and clap their hands and do the seatbelt celebration, because if you do cover a guy, it's worth celebrating. So, I mean, but that's what we signed up for. We signed up. Sometimes they catch the ball, too. They get paid, too.
And look, DBs, Don't trip, bro. These defensive linemen, and I need to challenge Kyle Wilson. You'll be key in this because you go and tell your DBs, hey, I got a one-on-one with the back. If we playing black, I know I have a one-on-one with the running back, y'all. So, hey, DBs, bro, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, so you're saying just let me get 2 seconds. Most offenses are running on timing. Actually, all offenses are running on timing, and I think that's the timing that the Ticats were hoping for last year, and they actually got this year. That's translated over well for Bo Levi Mitchell. He's on pace right now to eclipse 6,000 yards for the season. At this rate, he's on pace to have the most passing yards that he has ever had as a professional in the Canadian Football League, which says a lot because over the last 7 games, Bo is yet to have a victory, but he has been throwing for over 300 yards. Bo 300 is a real thing, but can we get Bo 300 a dub against the Argos?
And that's the thing. And that's why the quarterback gets paid so much money. Because you can throw for 500 yards and 3 touchdowns. If you lose, you lose. You know what I'm saying? The thing about quarterback is a unique position. Quarterback is one of the only positions where if they play to their absolute best level, they can win the game for the team. That's the only position that can do that. Quarterback, if he plays his absolute best, he can win the game for a team. That's why quarterbacks get judged off of wins and losses.
Yeah, and it's a tough spot. The quarterback has to know not only what all the receivers are doing in their routes and the adjustments and the depth, and they have to know when to change the plays because that play as a whole isn't going to work, how to change the protections, where the running back's going to be. They need to know all of that kind of stuff. So they're almost the coach on the field, not just a player who is memorizing lines on a page. It's a lot to bear, but Bo is proven that he can do it, and he's been playing very well. As a matter of fact, there's been some ill-advised fans who have been talking about that they're complaining about the quarterback play, and I'm wondering if they've watched the actual games or if they're just only looking on Twitter at the scores, because I think Bo is playing his best football. He is playing at a very high level, and he's, as of late, giving them a chance. Would you agree?
I would say Bo is playing at a high level, but I seen Bo play at higher levels. So I like the yards and all the stats. That's cool. That's fine. That's great. That's dandy, yo. But I know Bo Levi Mitchell. I played against Bo Levi Mitchell. I remember when Bo Levi Mitchell would throw 3 picks in the game, but in the fourth quarter, he'd come out and win the game. And they'd be like, oh, my gosh, Bo Levi just won the game. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't say Bo Levi just threw for 600 yards. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the thing about Hamilton fans is they study the game, yo. They study the history of the game. How many times we done went into Calgary and then Bo done did some crazy stuff in the fourth quarter. We like, how the heck did he just win that game? You see what I'm saying? So now they like, why we not getting that? You see what so it's like, yes, we are struggling on the other side of the ball, and I feel like the odds will shape things up to make it even up for Bo 300 to actually be Bo 300. You know what I'm saying? The fans is getting mad at me. They got mad at me. They said, why did you keep calling him Bo 300? He ain't win. And I'm just like, y'all, he's playing really good football. He's playing really good football. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of room for him to get better for sure. He is peaking.
As for all the players,
as for like, every single player.
Really, you got to think about it. 6 games into a season, they have this. We have this thing that's called mid-season form. And that's because when you go through training camp, you can feel like you know the plays and all that kind of stuff, but there's a certain chemistry that comes when you've had a chance to gel with the players that you're lined up next to, when the playbook doesn't take concentration to get to a certain audible or a certain situation. It's more muscle memory and reflexes. That mid-season form is around the corner. So I do think that this thing has a chance to come together nicely, and it really starts with a spark. Today, there's no better powder keg than this one. And you spark it right now, then it's going to turn explosive, because this is like giving a hungry dog a T-bone steak. Look, this Ticats team is ready to eat something.
I'm going to tell you this, Courtney. I said that this is Tiger Cats are going to win the game tomorrow, because this is going to be the best Hamilton Tiger Cats we've seen all year. Why? Because we're 0-5 and we're about to play the Toronto Argonauts. You know what I mean? The price went up. You know what I'm saying? Like, the price went up. You know what I'm saying? The players are going to run their hardest. They're going to be mad focused, and they're going to play their absolute best football because they have to. When you're in a locker room, like, yo, you want space to breathe. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you about, like, the psychology of football, of being a football player. You know, when you're 0-5, you have to, like, overdo things. It's like, say Courtney comes out. He's not a guy that will come out and be yelling and la, 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 la. But when you're 0-5, he got to come out and yelling, la, 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 and, like, bring the energy to the team. Like, players can't just relax and be themselves when you 0-5. Everybody got to try to be somebody that they're might not be, you know what I mean? That's just because everything is so
you gotta be
tight.
someone that someone else can look to.
Yeah.
When they need a big play, they got to be able to look at you and say, I know you're going to make the play.
Around the board when you around the board. And we need, man, I tell you, we're going to get the best Ticats, but, like, the locker room right now, like, they're trying to keep it up, but the only thing that keep a locker room up is a win, you know?
Let me ask you this. A win, what were you going to say?
I said a win and somebody to say, hey, I'm the playmaker on the team. Yo, come follow me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, come follow me. This is mine. I got y'all. Don't worry about it, yo. Come follow me. Oh, y'all scared of them? Don't worry about it. I'll go in first. Come follow me. Like, that's the game, yo. Like, that's the game within the game. Somebody on the team, on the Hamilton Tiger guys, got to be like, hey, y'all, follow me. If y'all don't want to do it, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll feed your kids. I got you. Don't worry about it. And that's that's the type of game you have to.
Yeah, I'll race you to the football type of game. On the sideline, about to go on the field. It's not, oh, no, we got to go again. It's like, ooh, we get to go again.
Yes,
let's go put the fire out. I can't wait to run into the burning building and go put the fire out.
You see what I'm saying? And that's how it was. When we was damn good on defense, Courtney, 14, 15, 16.
You couldn't wait to make a play.
Bro, I used to cry like, yo, offense, please get a 2-and-out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to pass. I'm about to run it. We about to run it up on these boys. Please, yo. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta
so it's
love
definitely a mindset. Yeah.
It's a mindset. You gotta love it. You gotta love when you go on that field. It can never be. You can never even think about, oh, here we go again. What?
Yeah.
You go out on that field and you make plays, bro. Get the ball back to our quarterback so he can translate it into wins. Because I tell you this about this high-powered offense, they're not even at the peak, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all from a bird's eye view of watching football, our offense is probably like, I say like 75%, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They got a lot of room to get better. And you know what I like what they did over here? They got a right tackle, Kemp. Let me tell y'all about Kemp. I know that y'all remember Kemp from last year. He's getting the start this week. And Kemp is one of those players where all of the football players, they gel with him. They like him. Yeah, so like, and the thing about Kemp is an energy guy. He's going to get everybody hyped up. He's one of those guys that can generate energy, keep everybody going, keep it going. He's somebody that has good charisma to him, you know? So I like Kemp over there, and hopefully he stands up because, you know, good thing, what's his name, from Toronto, he's hurt this week. Number 9, I think, defensive end, Courtney, help me out. What's his name? He had like 3 sacks the first game of the season.
Oh, Olumolade? Flo? Big Flo?
Thank you. Flo. Okay, Flo. Perfect. Yeah.
We just call him Flo because, you know, Olumolade it's a tough to say, and you don't want to say it, quite frankly, because if you're saying it, it's usually for a bad reason. So
he's going,
So let me talk to you about this now. We talked about the mindset. We talked about, you know, Bo and this offense. How do you think the coaching staff approaches this game? Like, what's the strategy here? Do we go back to what we saw in the early part of the season where it's a heavy dose of James Butler to start things off? He was catching a lot of passes out of the backfield. He was rushing a lot. He was in the mix, probably the most used weapon. Or are we at the point of the year where we start seeing other guys emerge? I mean, Dunbar Jr., he's been playing the Z receiver, which is the widest side of the field. He's been he's been serviceable. He's been getting his action in the screen game and short check downs to the wide side and whatnot, but he's a very capable receiver. He's had over 1,000 yards in the past. Do we stay seeing, you know, Keandre Smith as the guy. He has 4 touchdowns so far. They've really spread this ball around and had different strategies in different games. How are you approaching this Argos defense from an offensive standpoint if you're Scott Milanovic?
So the thing that you can't do with the Argos defense, you can't get into second and long. You have to get into, you got to cut it in half, at least 2nd and 5, because you don't want these defensive linemen and these linebackers knowing what you are doing. You do not want to become calculated. So for this type of game, you got to win on first down. That's the biggest thing for our offense against Toronto. Just win on first down. And when I say win on first down, that's like 5 yards and more, that's a win on first down. So we have to win on first down. And then other than that, I like the way the offensive plays, especially with a Tim White. The thing about Tim White, he stretches the field and he takes people with him, That's why Shamar Bridges is catching all these freaking 8-yard outs and ends, because you got speedy Tim flying, you know what I mean? That's why it's opening up the field, because we got guys that can fly and open up the field. And Scott Milanovic does such a great job with the spacing. He's really good with spacing and like offense. I think they have the game plan. They know exactly what to do. I ain't even got to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you watch the tape, you know exactly what you have to do. You have to win on first down, and you cannot turn the ball over. For some reason, this McManus guy, he has a freaking knack for getting interceptions and taking them into the end zone right now. So, like, we gotta no turnovers, yo. Let's keep the ball, no turnovers. We got our boy Sopik in there playing linebacker. He over there telling everybody the calls, signals, and what they do, what we do. You know what I mean? Because that's the game within the game. Sopik was here last year, and Sopik's a smart kid too. Like Sopik has information he can use when he goes to Toronto. So he'll have our playbook or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the game. And
and those two guys played together in Calgary too, back in 2019 when Sopik was a rookie, when McManus was a young will linebacker emerging in Calgary, and he's really established himself as one of the best linebackers in the modern day CFL. He can run, numbers to numbers. He's able to make turnovers. He's an energy guy too. So I really think you're right. Managing the ball and managing the possessions. You want to get into as many multi first down possessions as you can. It's going to keep this defense for the Ticats rested, and then it's also going to change the field position to be more advantageous, because you don't want to get pinned in your own zone, close to your own end zone, and have to punt out of your own end zone. That's setting up the Argos an easy field goals. So this one's going to be very strategic, I think.
It's very strategic. That's going to be a chess match. I think our offense wins that, though. I'm giving the win to our offense against Toronto in that chess match. Another thing we have to win on, special teams. Special teams is going to be big on this game. Toronto's been out of games sometimes, and there's this little fast guy named Grant that takes stuff back to the crib. You might have seen him over at Winnipeg, but he does a really good job back there, y'all. So we really got to be on our ding. Yeah, we got to be on our ding.
I believe he has 10. I think he has 10 career return touchdowns. So it's not luck. He's a guy who really he can roll. And I believe he was even with the Ticats for a short stint, but he was living in the shadows of one Frankie Williams at the time. So he went somewhere else to get his work, and now he's back. So he's definitely someone to be aware of and to contain. And on special teams, on a punt return, if the team returns the ball for 10 yards, that's considered a great punt return. You get at least one first down before transitioning the ball to the offense. On a kick return, if you can bring the ball out to the 35 or the 40-yard line, that's considered a good kick return. Now, if you get it across midfield, that's a great kick return. So now, Ticats fans, I'm just trying to give you a little information you can use, like Sim said. So now when you're watching the game, you're a little bit smarter. Was that a good return or a bad return? Was that a good kick or a bad kick? Was that good coverage or was that poor coverage? I think CFL Carthel Flowers Lloyd is going to be one guy who has a big opportunity to make an impact in the kicking game, punt and kickoff.
And that's and you hit it on the head, and that's what's my matchup. My matchup for special teams is Carthel Flowers Lloyd versus Jay Grant. You know what I'm saying? That's my matchup. That whoever wins that matchup wins special teams. If you understand what I'm saying, whoever wins that matchup wins special teams tomorrow. So come on, CFL, step up. And now to the offense versus defense. We talked about it earlier, bro. We should dominate. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Dukes is a rookie quarterback, you know? Like, I don't care what nobody says. This is a rookie quarterback. Make him be a great quarterback. Why are we... Don't let him play backyard football, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a little guy, collapse the pocket, play man-to-man, make him be perfect. I know y'all going to get tired. I know you're going to get tired, but this is how you get paid, man. We don't got time. We don't got time for nothing else. I love me some match. I love me, man. But man, you know what I'm saying? Let's play football. You know what I'm saying? If we play real football, one-on-one football, we would beat these guys on our defense.
Yeah, I'd love to see the one-on-one matchups. It would be a tough matchup, but that's what you want. That's why you're able to celebrate. Nobody celebrates winning things that they're expected to win every single play you lined up against a pro receiver. I mean, he getting paid too, but that's what you want. Yeah. You want challenges. You want worthy opponents. There's definitely some worthy opponents on the other side of the ball. It's going to be a great game for the 20,000 plus strong that's coming out to Tim Hortons Field tonight to see this matchup. It is never going to disappoint when it's the boys in blue playing against the hometown Hamilton Tiger Cats. So, Sim, before we send them out, you got any words for the people? Because I know they are patiently waiting for a game to explode on.
Listen, in the words of Eminem and Courtney Stevens, patiently waiting on the game to explode on. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. I don't got a word for the people because the people already feel me. They already understand what we got to do. I'm going to talk to the locker room for a second, yo. You feel me? Because, look, let me tell you something about playing football in Hamilton. When you get the opportunity to play football in such a great football city like Hamilton, you get the opportunity to win people over. You know what I mean? And there's no other game on the planet that playing for the Hamilton Tiger Cats to win people over is in Toronto. Yo, just do your homework on how to win your fans over. You dominate your rivals, you know? There's some people, the mayor might have a bet with the Toronto mayor. You know what, Mayor? I'm going to go make sure that bet good for you. You know what I'm saying? All your buddies, all our sponsors at Brand, First Ontario, they bet in all the branches in Toronto, like, I bet you the Hamilton win. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to think about it like that. You playing for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So if you come out here and dominate, woo, you might stop seeing all them 21 jerseys in the crowd. You whatever number you want, go make it your number. Go make it your number. That's all over the stadium. Go do that. These are the games to do it. You want to be a star? You ball in the star games, Courtney. Big stars
shine on the biggest stages, man. Biggest plays on the biggest games, right?
Hey, and keep it physical, you know? Like, this is another opportunity that you get to play football in the CFL. A lot of games you're not allowed to hit too hard because, like, there's rules and regulations, but for whatever reason, you're allowed to do whatever you want in these rival games, yo. You can hit people as hard as you want, and nobody gets mad, yo. Because you're now, since it's a rivalry game, you're allowed to play tough football. But other game, you gotta be nice. But these rivalry games, it's nasty, and you can be tough. You know what I'm saying? So be nasty and tough.
That's why we love this football, man. They give you pads for a reason. It's a South Plaza Saturday. Shout out to Angelo Mosca,
man.
one of the original mean machines back there wearing that black and gold, making people know what it feels like to play in Hamilton. And I think we're going to get a lot of that Angelo Mosca energy tonight, 7 p.m. at the Donut Box. It's Tim Hortons Field hosting the boys in double blue from down to QEW against your Ticats, searching, scratching, clawing, fighting to get the first dub of the season. It is week 7. If you are listening to us, we appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, subscribe. Make sure that you check us out every single week. We do this before every game. And Simoni, I know you would have it no other way, but we got to remind the people that this thing right here, man.
Get paid, stay paid, pay me to stop. But tell me about it, Courtney. What's up?
You know that life is like a sandwich, baby, because no matter which way you flip it,
that bread come first. Hey, and go get your money, Hamilton Tiger Cat football team. Go get your money, yo. It's the Toronto Argonauts. Don't make my stomach hurt. Courtney, wait. I'm sorry, y'all. We just closed out, but I got a question for my dog, Courtney. Like, when did it stop, like, hurting? You know what I'm saying? Like, when we lose games, it still feels like I lost the game. You know, like, my heart hurts. Like, it feels like I'm still playing and it hurts, bro. When did that stop for you?
I'm still waiting on it because you know me. I still watch film. I still go when the team leave the practice field. I go down and walk on the field and try and touch the grass. You know what I'm saying? I grab. They left the ball on the side of the field. I might pick it up and try and just remember what it feel like a little bit because shoot, hey. It's either in you or it's not. Like it's got to be in you. It can't be on you. You know, if you don't bite when you're little, you're not gonna bite when you're older. You know,
for real. This our first Saturday game, y'all. Listen, after the W, y'all come to Club 21. Everybody that's watching this podcast, y'all come up to Club 21 after the game so we could talk about the game, get some drinks. You know what I mean? We big Molson fans up there in Club 21 too.
All right, man. Level 4 at Tim Hortons Field. We'll see you.
Hey,
there.
but look. Life is like a sandwich, Courtney.
No matter which way you flip it,
bread comes first.
Tiger Cats Game Day with Courtney Stephen and Simoni Lawrence. Like, follow, and be game day ready.